What up, though? What up, though? What up, though, man? It's your boy, New Breed 313 Sports. Back at it again, man. As y'all can see, Pistons beat the Magic 116-109. As y'all can see, box scores here with everything 116-109. Cade, 45 points. Asar, 15, 6 assists. As you can see with Orlando, uh, man, they free throw shooting was man. They shot 53%. You can't blame it on Wendell Carter, can't blame it on Desmond Bain, but Paulo missed 7 free throws. Kane missed 4. Anthony Black, 50%. Suggs had 1 and missed 1. Krista De Silva, 1 out of 2. You know what I'm saying? But Paulo had 45. Desmond Bain, 18. Anthony Black coming off the bench, 19. Suggs, 10. Carter, 9. Jamal Kane, 5. But, even though Orlando put a valiant effort, man, you could just see that they miss Franz Wagner out there. You could just see it. You see that they miss him. And it's just, you know what I'm saying? And it just, the Pistons had to win this game, man. They did not want to go out like this. They didn't want to go out like that. And the home fans, they would have rioted. We already know they would have rioted. So those are Orlando stats. Let me get to the Pistons. Let me see. Where box score. Okay. Let me go to the Pistons. Bear with me here with this. Yeah. All right. So range, height range. Okay. So this is the Pistons. So of course, you had Cade with 45. Cade with 45 and Paulo had 45 as well. So y'all can see with this. Asar had 15 rebounds, man. Big ups, big ups to him. He had the 6 assists, 15 rebounds. Man, I don't know why they keep bringing this. They keep making me click on this other stuff. That's what happens when you ain't got a mouse handy. But yeah, man, Asar, Dennis Jenkins. Dennis Jenkins has disappeared, man. He's literally like disappeared. But Kane, 43 minutes, 45. Duncan Robinson, 12. Jalen Duren had 12. Tobias had 23. Sorry, even though he had 16. Even though Sorry had 6 points, but he had 15 rebounds, 6 assists, and he had 5 steals. So another valid, 5 steals effort from Asar Thompson. No, Dennis Jenkins really ain't do too much. Isaiah Stewart wasn't there. Karis LeVert is Karis LeVert. Javonte Green. And, look at this. Ron Holland didn't play. Paul Reed, Chaz, Marcus Sasser, Tolu Smith. And this is it. Kane was 14 out of 14, didn't miss a free throw. Duren didn't even miss a free throw. So that's something. So they shot fairly well at the free throw line. As you can say, 80%? And Orlando shot 53%. Here's the thing with that. If Orlando shoots at least 70, 80%, they win this game. But hey, Pistons did what they had to do. They were in a they were in a dire moment. They had to win this game, and they did. So now you got to go to Orlando and try to handle business. But Orlando is going to be ready to play because they're going to be coming out, or they're going to be going at all cylinders. They do not want to go back to Detroit. They want to end it in Orlando. And Friday game, man, the Pistons have to get, and they have to start it off like they did this game. They started off going to Duran. They was feeding them, and they have to start doing it. They have to feed him. They got to give him the ball, and Duran has to be physical, man. He has to own the paint. He has to be like, hey, you're an all-star. You got to show that you're an all-star. And Wendell Carter has been dominating him. And we got to come to a point to where Wendell Carter is not a slouch. The dude, he can play. Wendell Carter been in the league for a while. The dude can play. You know what I'm saying? He can play. He's been in that starting lineup for a few years, and he can play. He has offensive skills. He can shoot the three. He has a low post game. You know what I'm saying? So we're not going to sit up in here and say Wendell Carter is a slouch. He's not a slouch. You know what I'm saying? People are in the league for a reason. And yeah, you can see that not having Franz there, you can see that. But Orlando still play hard. They still had a chance to come back in this game. But it's the free throws. They missed the free throws. And you know, the Pistons, they seemed like they were getting aggressive. It seemed like they was more aggressive this game, but their lives was on the line. And Orlando, they was just like, hey, it is what it is. We don't win, we don't win. We gonna show effort. We gonna show like we want to win this game, but we really want to just end this series in game 6. So I don't know if Franz is going to be available for game 6. I would think he would have to be. But, you know, all of a sudden, you know, Suggs, they kind of slowed down when he was just crazy the first couple games. Now he done cooled off a little bit. He done cooled off. You know what I'm saying? Paulo been playing. He been playing. Desmond Bain has been balling as well. So this team has a lot of talent. I don't know why people thought, oh man, this was going to be an easy series. When in the last couple years, Orlando has played them tough. They're really Orlando is more they're similar to the Pistons. I think Orlando just have a much deeper team. They have a much deeper team. And I know some people will say, well, they need to start Anthony Black. But, you know, I'm cool with Suggs and Bain starting at them 2 guard spots. I'm cool with that. Now, Jamal Cain on the other end, I mean, hey, you just gotta hope Franz comes back. If he doesn't, then that's gonna be tough for Orlando. But Orlando has been suffering through injuries the last few years. So it's tough. I mean, those Jonathan Isaac, I think would have helped this in this playoff in this playoff series. I really do, because he can score, he can shoot, he can block shots, he can do everything. He can do all that stuff. But the Pistons have to be aggressive. They have to get to Duran. K, as much as I love K Cunningham, but sometimes his passes, he throws these lazy passes, and it just kills me. It kills me. And some of JB's, and like I said, I love JB, but some of his rotations, you kind of scratch your head like, what is he doing? Why is Ron Holland not in the game? Why is Paul Reed not in the game? Why is Stewart not getting that much playing time? You got to trust your bench. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think they only played 4 bench players today. Now, granted, they won, but with a deep team like Orlando, fully strength, you got to be a deep team to hang with them, man. They got guys that's 6'7", 6'8", 6'9", 6'10", that are defenders, that's strong, that will take it to the basket, that's got handles. This is a tough team to prepare for. Orlando is not your typical number 8 seed. I mean, when the season started, they were picked probably in the top 4, maybe top 5 in the East. You know what I'm saying? So it's not your typical number 8 seed. But with the kind of season the Pistons have, and they gotten away with some of these victories because a lot of teams just didn't have their full lineups, and they took advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? So the bench really has to step up in Orlando, man. Dennis Jenkins got to step up. You know, Herter got to shoot the ball. I mean, this team just has to shoot the ball better in Orlando. This team has a tendency, and they haven't shot the ball really that well this season, but they've gotten by with their defense. And it's just, to me, it's only so much that you can do before teams expose you. And when you can't shoot and you're going against a team like Orlando or a team that's talented, they're going to expose you. And I think in this series, the Pistons is getting exposed by the Orlando Magic. I really do. They're getting exposed of how not deep their team really is. When you're relying on Tobias Harris and Dennis Jenkins to be kind of the scorers instead of Duren, and I've said this all year, and I'm going to keep on saying it. I was worried about Cade getting fatigued out there, man. He's working both ends. I was worried about him doing too much this season. And now I think teams, they've gotten physical with him because, you know, when he get that push off, a defender has to still be in his space. People don't understand how strong Cade is, but you have to make him work. You got to defend. You got to, you know, put your arm. And then when he, like I said, when he pulls that step back, you still got to be there. Don't go for the step back. Just be like, when he gets that space and he gets that jump shot, and you noticed it too, because a lot of times when he's close to the basket, he'll throw his arm or he'll get the little step and then shoot. And when he gets that space, it ain't much you can do about it. You have to crowd his space. And at times, Orlando has to double team him and get other players involved. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think Orlando has to do that game 6. They got to double team or they just got to play Cade physical. You got to have a defender that will get physical with him. I mean, I don't know. You may put Suggs on him, but he's too powerful for Suggs. But Suggs is scrappy. You know, you might put Paolo on him, but do you want Paolo to get him? Do you want a Franz? Do you want a Jamal Cain? You know, it's kind of varies, but Cade is a good player, man. Cade's a good player. And, you know, he's gotten a whole lot better this season. It's like I said, his turnovers and everything, it irks me to death, man. And I'll be like, why are you throwing this lazy pass? Why don't you get your players involved? But when you get his players involved, his teammates can't hit those shots. So it's like Cade is a one-man army. You know what I'm saying? And this is what comes with being the number 1 pick in the draft. You're going to face scrutiny. You're going to face these type of issues. A lot of times when you're majority of the time, you're going to be on a bad team when you get drafted. So Cade knew what he was getting into, but he stuck around. And I commend Cade. He could have left. He could have got traded. He could have demanded a trade, but he wanted to stay. And I give respect to Cade Cunningham. But he needs some help. We need to get a shooter in the offseason. I don't want to give up a lot of these young guys for a shooter who can't play defense. And Duncan Robinson cannot play defense. Kevin Huerter can play way better defense than Duncan Robinson. That's something you might have to think about is, do you want to keep Duncan Robinson? Because that's another thing Orlando got to do. Whoever is checking Duncan Robinson, barbecue chicken all night long. All night long, barbecue chicken. Doing the pick and roll against Duncan Robinson, I'm taking him to the hole every time. Taking him to the hole every time. But this team has to shoot better, man. And they got to get physical with Orlando. Durant has to get physical, man. When he's physical and he's playing his game, he's unstoppable. He can be unstoppable. But it's about confidence. Like Durant, you can see he doesn't have the confidence. He has all the talent in the world, but his confidence is gone. His confidence has left. I don't know if it's the confidence in him, what's going on with him, this Angel Reese thing that is just petty. I am so sick and tired of Angel Reese, man. The attention queen. And then she has the audacity to get traded to Atlanta, where there are some of the most attention-seeking women in the world. And she's down there. So you already know it's going to be crazy. And you know what I'm saying? And this series, it'll be crazy if the Pistons do come back in this series and win. That would be crazy. But in a lot of these games in the NBA, man, you can kind of see, man, some of these games is fixed, bro. Some of these games is fixed. I don't know, man. Some of these games is fixed. If the Pistons come back and win, you kind of would think, damn, this is kind of fixed. So, oh shit. And then another thing, man, I gotta speak on is a lot of y'all Piston fans be coming with these crazy takes and these crazy talking points. And I gotta shake my head because all the stuff that y'all be talking about on y'all shows, man, y'all be like, sometimes I shake my head like, what is he talking about? What is up with this? Or some of y'all post on Facebook, I just be like, oh my God, man. And then another thing I'm so sick and tired of with Piston fans, we cling on to draft picks that we didn't get. We always stuck. I am so sick and tired of hearing about this Darko Milicic shit. I'm sick of it. Oh, man, we would have picked this person and this person. Okay, we didn't. It's like any other team with any other players. Every team has went through a point to where, damn, we should have picked this player, but we got this player. It's plenty of teams that say, damn, why didn't I draft SGA? Why didn't I draft Devin Booker? Why didn't I draft what's another one? Why didn't I draft Nickeil Alexander-Walker? Which, congratulations to him for winning the most improved player. I'm very happy for that brother. He's been from New Orleans to Minnesota. Now he's with Atlanta. So congratulations to him. Now that makes 2 years in a row that the MIP is been with Atlanta because Dyson Daniels won it last year. So shout out to him. And shout out all the guys that won the awards. I think Keldon Johnson won Sixth Man Award. They Cuts player was, I think, SGA. You know what I'm saying? I think, what was it? Defensive Player of the Year was Wemby. I'm not surprised. But I'm so sick of Piston fans always talking about draft picks that we should have got. And it's like, oh, we picked Darko. We could have picked him. It's like, dog, get over the shit. We could have picked Donovan Mitchell. We got Luke Kennard. We gave up too much on Luke Kennard. Now look what he's doing with the Lakers. A lot of times we give up on guys too soon. Chris Middleton, Spencer Dinwiddie, Luke Kennard, a few other guys, KCP. But KCP couldn't shoot really when he was there. Didn't really shoot that good. But Bruce Brown, We give up on guys too soon, and then you just never know what can happen. But I'm so sick of Piston fans bringing that up, man. Like, oh man, we should have picked this guy. We should have picked him. Why didn't we get this? And this, I'm gonna be like, oh my God, are y'all still talking about something that happened 25 years ago, bro? Like, bro, get over that shit, bro. That shit happened almost 25 years ago, man. Get over this shit. We could have picked up Giannis. We could have picked up this. We could have did that. Now, of course, I wish we could have picked up Michael Porter Jr., but they didn't. But this is what happens, man. But they came up with the victory. Shout out to the Pistons, man. 116-109. Game 2 Friday night. It's gonna be something, man. It's gonna be a tough game. I think it might be a close game. Orlando got to win this, man. If Orlando don't win Game 6, and they go back to Detroit in Game 7, there's a possibility Pistons is gonna win that. Orlando got to win Game 6, man. You got to end things at home. And I knew the Pistons was gonna win this game because they just did not want to be, embarrassed on their home floor to end their season. That just would have been embarrassing. Everybody would have been talking about it. Everybody would have been saying they frauds. And this isn't a real team. They one of the worst number one teams in NBA history. Everything would have been just like that. But we'll see what happens, man. It's never say never. Don't give up on it. So hopefully Pistons will have that mentality, man, because Orlando gonna kick themselves. Because, man, they gonna kick themselves for sure if they let go of this. And it's gonna be like Tracy McGrady all over again. Paulo gonna be that guy like, damn, and it's always gonna linger there. One thing about a 3-1 lead, if you let it go and you lose to a team that's been 3-1 and they come back and win the series, that's always going to be in your head. Tracy McGrady still to this day is still thinking about that. Still. But, hey, man, it is what it is, man. But shout out to the Pistons, man, 116-109. Let's not give up on Duren, man. I know a lot of y'all talk about, oh, man, we should trade Duren. Is he worth a max contract now? I would say no. He really has to, get back to his game for people to even think about max contract. Because right now, I wouldn't give him a max contract. He has to show me. He has to have a monster year next season. He has to. He has to get better. His game has to get better. He has to work out with Akeem Olajuwon, Kevin Garnett. He got to work out with some of them guys. Or he just need to work out with Cade. He got to do something, man. The dude is talented, but when people talk about Duren can't shoot stuff, Duren can shoot. He just doesn't get a chance because Cade is the ball handler. And some of you, and look, I'm gonna say this too. Any of y'all that is sitting around here talking about Cade should be a number 2, you need to have your head examined. You need to have your head examined. Who on this team is going to be a guard? Who are you going to put? Dennis Jenkins? Who you going to put as a number 1? What are y'all talking about, man? Well, Cade should be a number 2 and should play off the ball. Okay. And who's going to be that ball handler? Like I said, who you going to have as that primary ball handler? Who you going to have number 1? You going to try to bring Chris Paul back here and have him here? Who you going to have? Cade is multiple positions, but he is the point guard. He's a 6'7", 6'8", 6'6", whatever height he is, point guard. We got to live with it. That's how he's been. He's a point forward. And he's running the show. But don't put him as a number 2. Please don't. Just don't do that. That just wouldn't be right. And then you just got to figure this team got to be figured out. Like, we need shooting. We need a stretch 4. Do we keep Tobias Harris? And if we do, we have to get him on a cheap because we're not going to overpay him. And does the Tobias want to be here? Or do you get a stretch 4? It's a lot of free agent 4s out there that's free agents. That might be something we got to think about. But we'll see. But we'll just see what happens, man. I just think Pistons got a chance to come back and win this series, but we'll see Friday night. We'll see what they do. We'll see how they respond. We'll see how they deal with the crowd. We got to see if they give the ball to Duran or if they just get physical and go to the basket. Because Orlando, I said this throughout this whole series, Orlando is not intimidated by the Pistons. They're not. They're going to keep going to the hole. They're going to challenge Stewart. They're going to challenge it all. Bane is going to the rack. Paulo is going to the rack. Franz is going to the rack. Wendell Carter is going to the rack. All these guys is going to the rack. Suggs. They're not intimidated by the Pistons. They're not intimidated by the physicalness and the pushing and shoving. My thing is, too, and listen, I love Isaiah Stewart. I love Isaiah Crash Out Stewart. But some of the antics and some of that, man, you really got to just look at it and be like, damn, do I want to deal with this with Stewart? Do I want to keep him on this team because he's such a high-head and he gets sitting with people and he just does these type of things? You got to answer that, like, do we want to deal with that? A guy that just always gets into it and wants to do this and wants to do that and is a crash out. And I don't know. You know, I don't know. And we know that Duran and Stewart are like real close. So they like very, very close. So they like buddies. So I think if Stewart is gone, I think Duran would take that hard. I think he would. But we got to understand who do we want to just keep and who we want to get away. I'm fine with not having Karis LeVert. I'm not a big fan of Karis LeVert here, man. He's too inconsistent. He's too shaky. He's just too much. I don't want to. I can't deal with that. You might have to think about, hey, do I want to deal with Tobias Harris? Tobias Harris is, I mean, he's iffy. He can have a good game and then he disappears for a long time and then, you know, he's not reliable. You know what I'm saying? Asar has to work on his shooting. Ron Holland, work on his shooting. His shooting is better, but his game has to get better. But these guys are young. You know, can Cade get some help? He needs a number 2. He needs a number 2. But let's see what game 6 is about, man. Let's see what's going on with that. Definitely, man. Like and subscribe to the channel, man. The New Breed 313 Sports. 313 The New Breed Real Talk. Man, it's been a good show. Like I said, man, some of y'all takes, some of y'all content creator takes, man, is just asinine to me. Some of y'all, and I'm not going to put y'all names on it because some of y'all I have respect for, but some of y'all takes, man, be ridiculous. Like, it's insane. And it's just a certain circle of guys, and I shake my head and I be like, dog, what are they talking about, man? What are these dudes talking about? And I don't know, man. Some of y'all just be crashing out just to be crashing out. I don't understand it, man. It's just I don't get it. But hey, what do I know, man? I'm just babbling, right? But yeah, man, like and subscribe to the channel, man. The New Breed 313 Sports, 313 The New Breed Real Talk. Um, um, yeah, I'd be everywhere, man. So y'all stay tuned. Y'all may see me on Instagram. You might see me on, the StreamYards. Y'all might see me y'all gonna see me at the games. Y'all never know where y'all gonna see me at, man. May see me on the Detroit Fan. Go see me on the Detroit Fan Report. Uh, NBA Nightly. You just never know. So stay tuned to that, man. So I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. Peace out.